Welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts.
We're going to react to bourbon.
Or rye.
Is it a rye?
It's a rye.
Steven sent us another rye bribe.
He likes to introduce us to ryes, I think.
Thank you, Steven. Look how fancy that bottle looks.
I think Steven has a penchant for ryes.
You think so?
I think so.
You got a thing for ryes, Steven?
Though he did say some of these, he has sent us, he hadn't had them yet.
Right.
And he wanted us to check them out for him and
Before he
buys bottles for himself.
That's smart.
Yeah, we'll be your guinea pigs.
Every time. If we die on channel, you get to see it. Or if we pour it out.
What's that called?
Old Potrero? Potrero?
Potrero?
Potrero? It's pot distilled.
Okay. Potrero.
Uh-huh. It's out of California. That's why it looks like a wine bottle.
Steven sent us a California rye.
That's really hard to believe. Steven, what'd you get us
Who
into?
are you and what have you done with Steven?
Yeah. This isn't something Steven would do. I mean, he stretches a little bit when he sends something outside of Texas.
Right.
But California? All the folks that have been invading Texas recently? That's funny. That's funny.
Yep. So the song request that came with this is Tex Ritter Deck of Cards.
Okay.
Now, just based on kind of the photo that is associated with this video, this is looking like we've got us an OG.
Okay.
So I've never heard of this guy.
Nope.
I don't think I've heard this song. I mean, you never know.
Deck of cards.
Yeah, so let's check it out.
All right.
During the North African campaign, a group of soldier boys had been on a long hike. They came to a town called Bizerte. The next day being Sunday, some of the boys went to church. A sergeant commanded the boys in church, and after the chaplain had read the prayers,
This video is all fucked up. Because they just said North Africa and then showed a map of Pakistan. So somebody doesn't understand geography. And so if we're talking about North Africa, that is likely
It's
to
like
be
super far north, right? Northeast?
I'm assuming this is World War II.
Okay.
And so that was largely the British and the Germans.
Whoa. Sorry.
So it sounded like we might have a song about a British soldier.
Okay. But that's a cabal?
What?
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so Pakistan and Afghanistan.
That's weird.
Not North Africa.
Maybe the person who made this video was deployed there. Around there. Maybe. I don't know.
on a long hike. They came to a town called Bizerte. The next day being Sunday, some of the boys went to church. A sergeant commanded the boys in church, and after the chaplain had read the prayers, the text was taken up next. Those of the boys who had prayer books took them out, but this one boy only had a deck of cards, so he spread them out. The sergeant saw the cards and said, "Soldier, put away those cards." After the services were over, the boy was taken prisoner, brought before the provost marshal. The marshal said, "Sergeant, why have you brought this man here?" "For playing cards in church, sir." "What have you to say for yourself, son?" "Much, sir," replied the soldier. The marshal said, "I hope so, because if not, I shall punish you more than any man was ever punished." The soldier boy said, "Sir, I had been on a long march for 6 days. I had neither Bible nor prayer book. But I hope to satisfy you, sir, with the purity of my intentions." And with that, the boy began his story. You see, sir, when I look at the ace in my deck of cards, it reminds me there is but one God. The deuce tells me that the Bible is divided into two parts, the Old and the New Testaments.
Oh, damn.
When I see the tray, I think of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And when I look at the four, I think of the four great evangelists who preached the gospel. There were Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. When I see the five, it reminds me of the 5 wise virgins who trimmed their lamps. There were 10 of them. 5 were wise and were saved. 5 were foolish and were shut out. When I look at the 6, I know that in 6 days God made this great heaven and earth. The 7 tells me that on the 7th day he rested from his work and called it holy. When I see the 8, I think of the 8 righteous persons God saved when he destroyed this earth. It was Noah, his wife, their 3 sons, and their wives. And when I see the 9, I think of the lepers our Savior cleansed, and 9 out of the 10 didn't even thank him. Of course, when I see the 10, I always remember the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments that God handed down to Moses on the tablets of stone. And when I see the king, sir, I know there is but one King of heaven, God Almighty. When I see the queen, I think of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Queen of heaven. And the jack or knave is the devil. When I count the spots on my deck of cards, I find 365, the number of days in a year. There are 52 cards, the number of weeks in a year. There are 13 tricks, the number of weeks in a quarter. There are 4 suits, the number of weeks in a month. And 12 picture cards, the number of months in a year. So you see, sir, my deck of cards serves me not only as a Bible, almanac, but also a prayer book.
Well, if that didn't get him out of jail, I don't know what would have. Because damn.
Wow. Never had anybody drop that sermon on me.
No. That was mind blowing.
That was pretty crazy.
I need to go get a deck of cards now. I need to count the spots.
Right. See if there are 365 of them.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's that. Wow. You said it right. That's another one of them, another story. Tune.
Spoken word.
Yeah.
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 Country Def Jam.
Here we go again. Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a little baffled by it.
That's the right words.
It's like, okay.
You're like, wait, that makes sense. Why does that make sense? This shouldn't make sense. It does. It makes all the sense.
Why does this smell so weird?
It's a rye.
It doesn't smell like a rye.
What does it smell like to you? Yes, it does. It smells like a very rye. It's a very floral rye, even.
There's something in that nose, man.
Have you even taken a sip?
I have not. The nose is scaring me.
Bourbon Country Reacts, where Keith doesn't drink anything.
There's something in that. All right, fuck it.
You shouldn't be scared.
It's in the flavor too, and it's fucking Cheerios.
Hold on.
This is goddamn Cheerios in a bottle.
I unfortunately cannot disagree. It's different than Cheerios.
Okay, cinnamon Cheerios. It's fucking Cheerios in a bottle.
That's weird. So I think what you're getting, so
A little fucking bee flying around?
you ready? No, there's no honey.
No, there's not.
It's like apple cinnamon Cheerios, but there's no apple either.
Okay.
So what you're getting is the malted grain.
Probably.
That's what you're getting.
We are now getting the floral notes in the nose that was not there before
You took a
I
sip?
took a sip. It's still apple cinnamon Cheerios.
There's no apple. There's definitely cinnamon.
It's Cheerios.
Keith's going to drink this for breakfast.
Maybe.
So, what we has here, I think it says it's 10 years aged. I don't know what that means.
10 SRW ARM 0?
Yeah. SA.
I don't know.
It doesn't say an age statement anywhere else. But it says
Cheerio smells back.
distilled, aged, and bottled by Anchor Distilling Company in San Francisco.
Where do they make Cheerios?
1705 Maripois Street, San Francisco, California, 94107. Liquid Cheerios. Their telephone number is 415-863-8350. Call them about their Cheerios.
90 proof.
Nope. You missed this one. That's
Yeah.
surprising. You missed this one low.
Going low.
That's the first time you've missed it low, and I'm not surprised. Because it tastes a lot fucking smoother than that.
What's it?
It's 97. But it tastes about 85.
And because it's a rye, I actually estimated high. He's not wrong. It tastes 85. This stuff for that proof level is legit smooth.
Right. For a rye, at 97 proof,
So something else that's happening here
I
with
think
this
it's that malt.
with this flavor.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since I've taken a sip.
Okay.
The finish is shifting to cinnamon apple.
No.
It is.
Uh-uh.
Green apple.
No.
not- yes.
It's because...
Green apple.
On the finish,
Yes.
that sits there,
Yes.
fucking Granny Smith.
Yep.
God damn you. Why you gotta do that to me? If you like apple cinnamon Cheerios, Steven, this one's for you.
This is another one that's growing on me the more I drink it. At first, it was so different that,
Cheerios.
yeah, I mean, because there literally is Cheerios flavor in this. And I didn't know what to make of that, but
It's the malted grain that you're tasting.
the more I drink it, the better it's tasting.
Yeah, it's a pretty...
And the finish is pretty unique and really in a good way
Yep.
because cinnamon and green apples is a pretty
Stellar flavor.
tasty flavor.
Yeah. Throw a little caramel in there.
Yeah.
There's not any. But
No, there's no caramel
If there
in
were.
this.
So,
Let me tell you what I'd pay for it.
I don't remember what Steven paid for it. He told us. But I forget.
I would probably go as high as $65 for this.
Yep. Nice. It's a good bottle. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good bottle. To me, though, I couldn't sip on this all night.
No, I couldn't either. It's
be a
just
nice-
a bit much.
It'd be a nice change up.
Right. So this would be awesome after a weeded.
You hit, yep. It's a little something sweeter rolled into this. You'd be like, mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Can you imagine trying this with your hot sauce?
that might not be good. that nuclear salsa.
That could be a bad plan.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything about my hat.
What's your hat? Oh, fighting cock.
Deb, that's for you. Uh-huh. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're not doing that. God. All right, if you like this video and his fucking weirdness, go ahead and give us a like. If you didn't like this video, it's his fault. Get down in the comments and tell us that it's his fault.
It's always my fault.
It's always your fault. Also get down there and tell us what songs you want to hear. Eventually, we'll get back to requests. Promise. Eventually.
Gonna take a while. We've got a queue of bribes that arrived.
So tell us what you want to hear and what you think we should drink. We love the local stuff and stuff we've never had before, like this.
Yeah.
Because we've never had it. So, you got anything else?
If you want to propel your song to the front of the list, be similar to Steven. We never say be like Steven. Be similar to, because you're not
King
gonna
of
reach
Bribes,
that
I
bar.
think.
No, yeah, King of
He's
Bribes.
been dubbed.
And we dubbed it, yeah. No, that's a coronation.
What?
If
Is it
you're dubbing him, he's a knight.
We need to make him a crown.
Right.
All right, we'll get him a crown next time.
No, we won't. We don't have a crown.
We should make one.
All right.
We go to Burger King.
We could go to Burger King.
Get him a crown.
Okay. Till next time, guys.
See ya.